Hello and welcome to the Parasha talk for Reading Hebrew Congregation. My name is Rabbi Solomons. Our website is www.rhc.org.uk and you can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. If you are in Berkshire in the UK, then do give us a buzz. We have a lot of IT firms in the area and we're always happy to help people move into the area. We have a lovely busy synagogue. Now here we have the beginning of Parashat Shofetim, and it talks about setting up judges and court officials, the word is used in modern times for police, in every one of our gates. And it's interesting that it uses that particular phrase. Again, it's repeating a phrase that we've already heard in Bamidbar, in Numbers, that talks about them being placed in all of our gates. So the question you have to ask the question, says Maimonides, do we need to have a legal administrative system outside a land where we hold sway? Now we know that in the land of Israel, for as long as we were in charge of our own affairs there, or even semi-autonomous, we had a Sanhedrin. But the Sanhedrin eventually disappeared, and we don't have smicha anymore. We don't have the traditional way of giving authority to dayanim or rabbis. It's now an academic thing rather than transferring from person to person. And so, Nachmanides says in the 13th century, you could argue that you don't need to have judges outside the land of Israel. But actually, we'd say that it's necessary to have judges and laws, because after all, if anyone has a dispute and they're willing to go according to Jewish law, which ideally that's what everyone should do, then they should come to a legally constituted court that's accepted by everyone. And so, whilst they were in the desert, there was Moses and there were other people who were in charge in those days who were the judges. There would be a judge for each tribe in the land of Israel. There'd be judges in each and every city, so there'd be a proper court system in every city to make sure that there was a rule of law. And then outside the land of Israel, you could either bring your arguments, your disputes, particularly about money and things like that, you could bring them to the land of Israel, or you could go to your local Beit Din. But you don't have to have a Beit Din in every city. And that's why, for example, we don't have to have a Beit Din, a court of law, in every city in Britain or let's say in the States or in Europe, but you do have central bodies in centres of major centres of Jewish population. And so perhaps that's why the definition of a lawyer could be said to be a nice Jewish boy who can't stand the sight of blood. Jews are very into healing the world, into healing human beings, but also, I would say, into making sure that the law is properly administered and properly observed. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.